Yojin Jam Sam Pemage Sardong Pora Yatsen Shogin Rumye Pemajung Neji Sudra Kodu Kadromak Poko Keki Jesu Dak Drugi Jinji Lapchir Shek Suso Goro Pema Sidi Hong Ojan Yojin Nub Jam Sam Pema Ge Sardong Pola Yatsen Shogin Nung Drumye Pema Jung Nei Jesudra Kodu Kadromak Poko Keki Jesu Dak Drugi Jinji Lapchir Shek Suso Goro Pema Sidi Hung Om Ahung Benzar Guru 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 Pema Sidi Hung Om Ahung Om Ahung. Welcome to our Sunday practice. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad to be here. So settle in and settle down. Settle onto your seat and into your practice. And that means turning your awakened awareness to this present moment. Take a few long, slow, deep breaths as you straighten your posture. Remember, natural body is not too tight, not too loose. Sit upright. Awake and aware. Breathing naturally. Natural breath and energy moves into the lower belly, diaphragmatically breathing. Belly button moves out when your breath moves in. Relaxes and releases on the out breath. can think of it as taking a little and then giving a little with each breath. Natural heart mind means that we're open, awake, aware, letting everything come and go just as it is. See, there's no need to strive in this moment. There's no need to achieve. Settle into the knowing that you are enough right now, right here, with what you have. So no need for grasping, clinging, or craving. We're just sitting and breathing and being. Letting everything come and go with each breath. Try just sitting. You're already doing it. No need to try. If it helps, you can use the silent mantra, I am, and then leave it there. No need to fill in with labels or names or attributes. Simply, I am. You're already here. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do, nothing special to be or become, nothing to fix, fabricate, or manipulate. Here, now. I am. Each time you find yourself distracted, come back. I am. Padme Hum. Om Mani 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 Padme Hum. The great yogi Milrepa sang, "My body is the holy mandala itself, wherein resides the Buddhas of all times. With their blessings I'm freed from all needs and attachments. By day and night I offer them up. Happy am I to do without material things, knowing that all beings in the 6 realms of samsara are inherently Buddhas, and all the 3 worlds the self-creating, measureless Trikaya Palace. Whatever I do is the play of the Dharma Dhatu, ultimate reality. Whoever I am with is the Yidam deity. Wherever I stay is the Buddha's abode. Happy am I to forego outer supports, rituals, and symbols." May all beings everywhere with whom we are inseparably interconnected and who want and need the same as we do, may all be awakened, liberated, healed, fulfilled, and free. May there be peace in this world and throughout all realms of existence. An end to war, violence, poverty, injustice, and oppression. And may we all together complete the spiritual journey. Aha. Aha. So that meditation using the anchor of I am can be hard, can be tough, because we tend to want to fill in the blanks. I am Ron, I am male, I am 50-something, I am hungry, I am tired, I am something. And we feel without that we have no substance. Intellectually, we know that we can separate ourselves from that, because a lot of that is just construct. But yet we sit in that construct, and it causes a weight, an expectation that things will be and must be a specific way. So we talked last week about the basis for training in the Lojong teachings, that there is this suffering struggle, and suffering comes from attachment. And if you think about that attachment of filling in the blanks of I am, rather than just being, and that being that I'm talking about is that consciousness, that primordial consciousness of I am, of just being. It's the same as you, it's the same as the lotus, it's the same as the raccoon and the tree. We are. We simply are. Not trying to be a tree, not trying to be a raccoon, not trying to be a human in this experience. I am this. I am this, and I am connected to this, and I cannot separate from this, because I am innately this. So that suffering struggle comes from the attachments, the cravings, trying to be something else, wanting, needing, trying to hold on to what we like and push away what we don't like, allowing the bias to push us and pull us around. In the second part of the Lojong teachings, in the training of the absolute mind, we can practice as we sit. When you sit, I just want to clarify, when we're sitting, we're just being. And if you think about a room that has been disrupted in some way, maybe a giant wind came through and knocked everything over and pushed everything off the shelves and out of the drawers and out of the closets, and you just have this pile of disarray. When you tackle that disarray, you can just move things around, trying to just move things around. Or you can take a moment, gather your thoughts, and begin to organize. Books here, electronics here, clothes here, helping to separate, understand the components. And this is a lot like our practice. When we sit down, there is the isness, the experience. It just is. And then there's our feeling about it, the emotions that come naturally, but they get all entangled. and we start making decisions based on those emotions. And those emotions drag us right into craving, suffering, grasping, clinging, attachment. So when we organize within our meditation, we're just learning to organize what's emotion, what's reactive emotion happening within my experience, and what is simply the experience. What is the hurricane? What is the breeze? What is the heat that I can't do anything or need to do anything about? So organize, understand the components of what's happening. You don't have to change anything, just be aware. And in these Lojong teachings, the first in the absolute mind of awakening is the sense that all appears as like a dream. So when we sit back and think about just organizing that experience, here's the conditions of the experience, and that could be senses that you feel: heat, smell, breeze, your own breath, your heartbeat, the feeling and sensation of your skin. We can organize and see our thoughts as they arise. Thoughts go here. Without being pulled, without being reactive, without being unconsciously reactive to those elements, we organize and understand that they exist. Seeing them, seeing all these aggregate components, allows you to settle in, allows you to see your own reactions. The second in the absolute mind training, of non-conceptual mind training, is examine the insubstantial nature of awareness. Think about that. And I encourage you to ponder some of these things in your meditation. What is the substantial or insubstantial nature of your own awareness? Is it profound? Or is it just that innate consciousness that allows us to see? Pull it apart. Sit with it. This is not me telling you what you should experience. This is me giving you the keys, and you get to drive around the block. So drive around the block. The third thought is, let even the thought of emptiness release itself. That vastness, that emptiness, that concept of emptiness, let it allow to release into its own emptiness, into its own vastness. The fourth is to rest in the natural state. Rest in the natural state, the ground of all, the essence of the path. This natural state of I am. Simply being. Simply being. What does that mean? Simply being nameless, genderless, ageless, needless, no attachments, desires, cravings, those are all human attributes. The natural state is that state that's peaceful and calm without being driven by our bias. Explore that in your sitting. And the fifth is, in post-meditation, be a wizard of illusion. This is one of my favorites. Be a wizard of illusion, understanding through your own meditative practice that insubstantial nature of your awareness and that dreamlike quality of all things, conscious, unconscious, awareness. One of the pith instructions I was given many years ago was, consider, is this the dream? Or is sleeping the dream? Is it? Pop the question and then just sit with it. The moment you feel that you have an answer is bias. I'm done with that. Put it away. So come back to that just curiosity, that popping the question and then just sitting. Just sitting, examining. Not with the goal of trying to have all the answers, but with just sitting. Now it sounds simple. We talked last week a little bit about shikantaza, the just sitting meditation. Just sitting. Reminding yourself not to do. We're not sitting down and trying to be magical. We're not sitting down and trying to be regal or calm. We're just sitting. Whatever that means. Butt on seat, spine erect, breathing, heart beating, hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, touching, trying not to get dragged around by thoughts, just sitting, just sitting. Just sitting. And when you master that, you can master just driving, just brushing teeth, just tying shoes, just washing dishes, just walking, just smiling. Without all the baggage. I talked a few weeks ago about just doing a smiling meditation. Just sitting with a big grin on your face. It feels silly, right? But literally we attach to our moods. I'm in a bad mood because somebody ticked me off, or somebody did me wrong, or I don't have what I want, and so now I'm in a crappy mood. And I'm sticking with my crappy mood. I am well invested in my crappy mood. You don't get to change my crappy mood. Yep. And then what do? You sit in that suffering state because you're invested. And nobody else cares. In fact, they're trying to avoid you because you're in a crappy mood. But what happens when you just make the decision to relax that investment, let it go, and just put that stupid grin on your face? What happens? I instantly feel better. This, just doing that for you, I started to feel crappy. This makes me start to think things are not so bad. Understand it. You can shift it when you understand it and see it. When you see your invested, crappy mood that you've been dragging around with you, and your resentments and your anger and your trying to control other people, and they're making my life terrible because they're all stupid and they don't think like me. Invested in that misery is really, you're going to get exactly what you've invested in. So invest in something lighter. First, turn toward awareness and realize this dreamlike quality of our own existence. Don't take it so seriously. Don't take it so seriously. Your emotions are dragging you into attachment. And attachment equals suffering. So let go of those attachments. Understand what they are. Understand that it's just bias. And of course we want things that we like. We want things that make us feel good. I like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It makes me really happy. It also makes me really fat. So there's a balance. I can't eat peanut butter and jelly 24/7 to make myself feel better. But you know what I can do? Smile. Lift that heaviness. You can do that for yourself and not be so invested in the misery. We all do it. Don't scold yourself over it. Awareness sanctifies everything. So invest in that. Invest in your awareness of your own situation. Don't cloud it with other people's crap. Start with your own. And know that you have the ability to lift that spine, lift that smile. Feels better already. So let's try that. We're going to move through these Lojong teachings over the next few weeks. So remember your suffering. That is the first of all our awarenesses, that we are suffering somehow. Each of us. Each of us is suffering somehow. And it's based on attachment. So we want to loosen those attachments that are closest to us. The ones that you can see immediately. I'm attached to whatever. Whatever your easiest vice is. Maybe it's peanut butter and jelly. Maybe it's television and losing yourself in that. Whatever it may be. Just realize that it is your attachment that's dragging you to the feet of that suffering. So remember that that's there. In your non-conceptual, absolute mind of awakening, you want to remember and sense that all things, everything that appears for you is like a dream. Examine the insubstantial nature of awareness. Even let the thought of emptiness release itself. Rest in the natural state, the ground of all, the essence of the path, a natural state. And in post-meditation, be a wizard of illusion. knowing that all things are magically dreamlike and insubstantial in nature. So start there. So we're going to do the bodhicitta dedication, and then as always, if you are on the YouTube or the Twitter or the Facebooks, I joke, but go to kansascitybuddhistcenter.com and click upcoming events. Click today's event, and you'll find the credentials to join us in the chat room, and we'll chat for a few minutes, about 30 minutes, about our wizard-like qualities. Jongchup Sem Chok Rinpoche Makye Panam Gyurchi Kepanyam Parme Bayam Gongne Gongdu Perwarsho. May the pure, brilliant sun of bodhicitta dawn in each and every heart and mind, dispelling the darkness of suffering and confusion unstoppably until all are illumined and awakened. May the pure, brilliant sun of bodhicitta dawn in each and every heart and mind, dispelling the darkness of suffering and confusion unstoppably until all are illumined and awakened. Body, speech, and mind directed toward awakening and for the benefit of all beings. Thanks to everybody on the social media, and we're going to move right over to our satsang on